Hi all. In today's management information system class, we are going to discuss about the meaning and definition of management information system. As we discussed the information system meaning and definition in the previous class, today we are going to discuss the meaning of management information system, the definition of management information system, and features of management information. So now the management information system is one of the major computer-based information system. Its purpose of creating this management information system is to meet the general information needs of all the managers in the firm or in some organizational subunit of the firm. And the subunits are divided into many components, and all those components will have its own speciality in making this MIS system in a successful manner. Here, in the meaning of MIS, Management Information System is a planned system of collecting, storing, and disseminating data in the form of information needed to carry out the functions of management. This tutorial covers the concepts related to information and provides a detailed coverage on MIS and other major enterprise level systems. So this is the meaning of MIS, which provides the information to the users in the form of reports and outputs from the simulation by the models. The report and the model output can be provided in a tabular or graphical form. It can be generated according to the user's choice. But the main concept of having this MIS is to give the information for decision making process and to go with all the functions managed. Here we are moving with the definition of MIS. In the definition, you cannot say the definition is common for all the aspect, because the structure of MIS is a wide area where it covers hardware, software, database, procedure, operating personnel, input and output, medium and message. We have these many types of structures in MIS, so you cannot have a common component for evaluating this MIS concept. We have different structures. In each structure, the MIS has its own level to perform the task that is initiated by the user. This is the definition structure of MIS. Now, the management information system is oftenly referred as a simple term called MIS, and MIS is a planned system of collecting, storing, and disseminating data in the form of information needed to carry out the functions of management. As discussed, it is stated very clearly that this MIS is used by collecting the information, storing the information for the process, and disseminating is nothing but distributing the data to carry on the other functions of management. And this MIS is not a single word, it is a combination of three words: management information system. Each word has its uniqueness in performing the task of the organization. Management, as the management covers the planning, controlling, and administration of all the operations of a concern, we have a special area of management where all the functions of the management is carried on. All the business activities are focused and monitored by the management. In the management, we have three levels of management, like top level management, middle level management, low level management. The low level management will go with all the aspects of transaction processing, all the transactions are recorded and that being stored in the low level management. The monitoring of all the transactions are taken care by middle level management. The reporting authority of low level management will be the middle level management. This middle level management will collect all the data through the low level management and they will bring a report to the top level management. The top level management will always collect the data from the middle level management and then they will go with the decision making process. So these are all the things that has been covered under the head called management. As information means the processed data that helps the management in planning, controlling and operations. As we all know, without data there is no information. Data is a raw fact and the processed data is known as information, and that information will help the management in planning, controlling and operating all the business activities of a firm. And finally, system. A system is made up of input, processing, output and feedback or control. Here the system is a wide area which is a collection of component. All the components are interdependently interlinked and they are interacting with each other to provide a good information to the user. Processing all this aspect is covered under the head of system. A system is a computer system which is very helpful for the user and the management to make all the business activities in a proper way. So the management information system means a system for processing data in order to give proper information to the management for performing its function. So based on the information that is given by the system, the management is performing its function. It is here the MIS features or characteristics. MIS plays a very important role in every aspect of the organization, and you can see the characteristics of MIS in the screen. Now, first one system approach, and the second one management oriented, third one need based, fourth one exception based, fifth one future oriented, sixth one integrated, seventh one long term planning, eighth one subsystem concept. These are all the things that has been described under features or characteristics of management information system. The first one, system approach. The information system follows a system approach. The system approach implies a holistic approach to the study of system and its performance in the light for the objective for which it has been constituted. Once the MIS is implemented, then it is known as a system approach where all the information, all the data will be stored in the system, and based on the system output we are going with the management concept. So the MIS is purely a system approach. Next one, management oriented. The top down approach must be followed while designing the MIS. The top-down approach suggests that the system development starts from the determination of management needs and overall business objectives. The MIS develop plan should be derived from the overall business plan. Management-oriented characteristic of MIS will also implies the management actively that directs the system development efforts, as the system will give the information to the top level management. So the top level management is nothing but the management people, where they may be of founders, chairmen, board of directors, etc. And in MIS concept, all these people, the top level management, are purely dependent on the system. So the management is fully oriented with the system because all the management decisions are based on the information that is given by the system. The third one is need based. MIS design and development should be as per the information needs of the manager at different levels: strategic planning level, management control level, and operational control level. In other words, MIS should cater to the specific needs of manager in an organization hierarchy. All this MIS concept and the components are purely based on the need-based concept. The need-based one are the things that has been taken by the managers. The managers, if they need any information that has to be processed in the business activity, then they will go with this need-based system. So MIS is purely a need-based concept. The next one is exception based. MIS should be developed on the exception based reporting principle, which means an abnormal situation, that is, the maximum, minimum, or expected values vary beyond the tolerance limits. In such situation, there should be exception reporting to the decision makers at the required level. As the MIS is a system where the system will generate all the reports exactly what is asked by the user or whatever the query which is given by the user. So there are certain things that has to be has to be eliminated, or that has to be not taken exactly, which will go in a minimum or maximum values of concept. So here it is, the MIS is a purely a exception based. So the MIS report has to follow some exception things in taking the decisions. And the next one is future oriented. Besides exception based reporting, MIS should also look at the future. In other words, MIS should not merely provide past or historical information, rather, it should provide information on the basis of projections based on which actions may be initiated. Hence, this MIS is a future oriented one where it gives both the past data and the current data. So rather than concentrating on the past and the current data, this system has to initiate, or it has to be concentrated for the future. Hence, it is a future oriented concept. And the next one is integrated. Integration is a necessary characteristics of a management information system. It is very significant because its ability is to produce more meaningful information. Where a system has many components and all these system has to migrate together to as an integral component to bring the good result for the organization. And this MIS is developer over relative long period. Such a system does not develop at overnight. A heavy element of the planning is involved. So it is noted that the MIS cannot be implemented at the overnight. It is a long-term planning. And the next one is subsystem concept. The process of MIS is quite complex, and one is like mostly with the many subsystem. And a system is purely a collection of subsystem. Hence, the management information system is a subsystem concept. Central database, where all the information and the data will be stored in the database, and the database which has all the data and information is known as central database. With the help of central database, we are able to retrieve the data whenever it is needed. Here in this slide we have seen MIS is not a sudden plan, it is a long-term planning, and it is purely a subsystem concept which has all over the central database. So these are all the things which we have discussed. In this particular class, we have discussed about meaning, definition, and characteristics of MIS. Thank you all.